What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Star Wars High Republic Marvel Comic Issue number 1 review and breakdown. I will also be giving some insight into some of the new characters within this new High Republic storytelling era, which is set 200 years before the Phantom Menace and the fall of the Republic during that their trilogy. Now, a lot has been made about this being a mess, but I have to say, after reading a good lot of the Light of the Jedi, the starting book of all of this multimedia event, and this comic, I have to say these people are very, very wrong, and most of them haven't actually read the comic and the book that they are so completely against. Now, in the comic, we will have some spoilers as we open with Creve Trennis, a young Jedi preparing for her trials. She desperately wants to become a Jedi Knight, but is unsure if she's ready and feels like her master doubts her. Now, while she's training with her master and waiting for him to attack, the young Padawan is pestered by a Zinpi who keeps asking questions and is harassing her. And while this is a very serious kind of story, we do have some sort of light here as well. The writing is really good in this comic. She's on a planet in the Republic frontier as she trains, and like I said, the High Republic is set 200 years before the fall of the Republic, and it seems to center around the Starlight Beacon, a space station that will broadcast a beacon out to the far reaches of the galaxy, and the Republic hoping to bring peace to the Outer Rim, which is beyond the Republic's remit there. But we know how that never seems to work out. Now, the Padawan introduces herself as Creve Trennis to the Zinpi and is then attacked by her master, Siskir, which I may pronounce that name very, very wrong, and asks if this is all she can muster in her defense. They have a back and forth about her skills, and he then drops a bombshell that they are here to complete her Jedi trials. And now they head to the Needles, where apparently many Jedi have failed to climb this rock installation here, and he's put a pendant from Tython at the top. Of course, that's being the planet where the Jedi Order had a huge base of operations and a temple, and was featured heavily in The Mandalorian when Din had to go to get Grogu to commune with the Force there. Now, Creve is tasked with climbing the Needles, only for one to crack and fall, and in a really neat action sequence, she hangs by her lightsaber, only for things to go from bad to worse, as a swarm of monsters come to terrorize her and the Zinpi. These creatures crash into the Needles and destroy them, and it's a really, really fun piece of artwork there as well. I think the artwork is great in this comic as well. The first part of this story is so very cool, and it's nice to see the Jedis being trained once again, and I get real big Clone War vibes from this, albeit there's no Clone War around, so we're getting to see the Jedis do their thing. We cut to the Starlight Beacon as Avar Kriss asks where Skier is. Now, Avar Kriss is the new major Jedi to be introduced in this era of storytelling. Now, she first appeared in a holocron in the Rise of Kylo Ren comic, and she was also featured heavily in the relief efforts after the Great Disaster, which was where ships suddenly fell out of hyperspace and was tasked with the evacuation of Hetzel Prime. Now, this was under threat from the debris and chaos caused by ships suddenly coming out of hyperspace. Now, here, Kriss asks Master Maru, who seemingly has no idea and is overwhelmed by what is happening in the galaxy, where this person is. And it's a pretty cool exchange. I got Captain Marvel vibes from Kriss here, and I can't wait to read more of her in the High Republic books and comics. I haven't fully finished the Light of the Jedi book as well. I'm just about halfway through with that, but I really am loving it. Kriss is worried about the Jedi Skier, as he's been off ever since he lost his arm, and he lost it in the Battle of Kur that took place in the book The Light of the Jedi between the Republic and the Jedi forces against the Nihil pirates, a big big threat here within this new era. The level of interconnection between the different books and comics will be heavy, as this is a new saga and will be stretching across different books, comics, and will also be featured on Disney Plus, hopefully in a show, including the Acolyte show as well, which is coming. Avar is worried as she cannot hear the Song of Scree, as she has the ability to link Force users together, and she refers it to the Force as singing to her. Now, if you wanted to read more, than all of that is actually in The Light of the Jedi, and that is the start of this whole story, as this book is kind of technically a sequel to that there book. Now, we also get to see Yoda, which is a real awesome thing to see. And of course, he's a Grandmaster. And we also have him as another co-Grandmaster there, as both of them come in. And they mention that Hetzel relief effort, which was caused by a massive starship coming out of hyperspace and smashing into a planet. Now, the Starlight Beacon has no marshal as of yet, but the two Grandmasters bestow this honour upon Avar Kriss. Creve is then under threat still as she tries to get her pendant and pass the trial, but she has to save a city of beings, and she makes that tough decision there. She learns that these creatures attacking them are the Radadi and connects with them via the Force, learning that the signal from the Starlight Beacon is messing with their navigation, and steals her master's ship to lure them away. Man, these young Jedis, they are absolute rebels. Her master is angry as they finally arrive back at the Starlight Beacon, and she has really failed her task here. She didn't really get that pendant, but she's shocked as she's granted the promotion from Padawan to Jedi Knight by Avar Kriss, and Avar Kriss's saber is so cool there. And we have the opening for the beacon. The ceremony is full of hope and optimism, however. The dark threat that is mentioned in the blurb seems to start as Creve's former master screams in pain, leaving us on a cliffhanger. Now, man, I enjoyed this. I thought it was really, really good. And I've tried not to put too much detail into it so you can go and read it for yourself. But again, it was a great introduction here to the High Republic. Yes, many of us were gutted it won't be the Old Republic that they will be introducing into proper canon, but don't forget that Darth Revan is actually canon because he was in a kind of Sith temple bit, as you saw in The Rise of Skywalker. But let me know what you think down below. Don't read and don't listen to a lot of these people who are trying to clickbait you into hating this, because it was pretty good, damn it. So I'll see you soon, and goodbye.